So for the second half of the show, we've got our two guests, Kesa, who is a youth ambassador at Att10tive Social Enterprise. Hello.
Hello, I'm Kesa.
And we've also got David, who is also a fellow youth ambassador at Att10tive Social Enterprise, as well as the sixth former.
Yeah. My name's David. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
So, how long have both of you been part of Att10tive and what have you done so far? So let's start with David.
Yeah, so I've been in Att10tive for a little over 6 months and I've been enjoying it a lot. I've been getting into public speaking. Obviously, I'm on the radio now. And just like helping the community in general is really good. And I really enjoyed it, yeah.
So I've been part of Att10tive now for, I think, reaching up to a month now, and it's been great so far. I've gotten to meet, many different people and get training in various different areas, and it's just been lovely, really.
That's nice. It's nice to know about. I didn't know, David. Time has gone by so fast that I didn't realize it's been 6 months already. And obviously, Kesa, you've been here for a month, but I've known you before that.
Yeah,
so.
I've literally been around Att10tive for like 2 years.
Yeah, so you've known what it was about and then you finally joined.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's good, always good. But just to get more about yourselves, I'm going to start with David. Can you tell us a bit about what you're about and what you're passionate about?
Yes, so I'm in first year sixth form right now at Att10tive Academy in Dunstable. I'm really passionate into like football and like mountain biking, so I like to get involved in my spare time. Apart from that, in school, I like to get involved with Att10tive to try and self-improve myself and obviously the community as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Mountain biking?
Yeah.
What you said?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Nice.
Never met a mountain biker before. How is that like? Is that really hard physical work?
Yeah, no, it's fun, but
what
the
mountains?
injuries are there. But it's fun, yeah.
Like in Luton or?
No, like in Buzzard.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
How often do you do that?
Usually like every other week.
Oh wow, that's so different.
How long have you been doing this for? I'm sorry, I'm just very interested.
Yeah, it's like, I've been doing it for about like 6 months now, yeah.
Oh, okay.
How'd you
Yeah.
get started?
Well, just through friends, to be honest, because around where I live, lots of people do this sort of stuff, so it's just like, if your friends are doing it, then you might as well do it as well.
Yeah.
Hope it's fun, and I hope it continues to be fun.
Yeah, of course.
Kesa?
So I actually just finished my A-levels, and just about myself is that I do love, just youth empowerment and definitely things like public speaking and all those things, so yeah. And also in my spare time, I do love some Pilates and hiking, yeah.
Nice. So you're a hiker.
Yes.
How's that going?
Well, right now the weather's not the best, so there's not many hiking spots, but when I get the chance, I do like to.
Oh, where do you hike in Luton?
Yeah, up Horden Hills.
Yeah.
There's like when you go up there and you walk down, there's like fields upon fields, and it's like it's like literally it doesn't look like it's in Luton. It's nice.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've never been there. The more you know.
So, as part of Att10tive, what are both of you most looking forward to?
So for me, with Att10tive, I loved meeting new people and just like getting involved with the community as well. I think is very good because Att10tive is like one of the only social enterprises in Bedfordshire. So I think what they do is very positive to the community and also to get involved with young people as well.
Yeah, and I hope you enjoy your time at Att10tive as well because you will learn a lot. A whole lot. What about you, Keys?
I'm definitely looking forward to like the workshops and events that are being offered. I think it's so great that we meet so many people other in Luton that we don't even realise like how much there is actually here. So it's just opening up to new opportunities, networks, and just the community overall.
Yeah, and I would say that Att10tive does many networking events, or we take part in many networking stuff. So definitely take advantage of that, abuse that if you will. Because you'll be grateful at the end of the day. It opens so many opportunities for you. Just like Jazz said earlier on, it's always great to meet new people. But more onto yourselves, can you quickly describe yourselves in 3 words? David?
So I'd say I'm quite confident, outgoing and determined. So like the reason I say this is because whenever I have a task, I try to do it within good time. So obviously with Att10tive, you have a lot of tasks to do. So I think that really increases my like organization skills to try and make myself even better. But not just for me, it's also for the community as well. So it's definitely good, yeah.
Yeah.
I think in 3 words, I'd say passionate, attentive, and also detail-orientated, if that can count as one word.
Well, I guess. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, certainly great attributes to have. And I think Att10tive do a great job of building more positive skills and more positive attributes for young people especially, but for people of all ages. So I think if someone wants to get involved with Att10tive, it's a great opportunity to learn new things and to meet new people. So moving on to more about yourselves, what is something interesting about you that people might not immediately notice?
I would say for me, is that I'm quite confident. Not a lot of people see this because I may be perceived as a shy person, but I guess once you get to meet me, then I'm more of a confident person. I think Att10tive is partly the reason for this, as I'm had to get involved in more public speaking such as this. So obviously to build up my confidence is very good for myself.
Very good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people may not know about me, maybe is just that I'm really into just honestly like public speaking and everything, so yeah.
Yeah, I would say that you're both good public speakers from what I know, from what I've seen, from what I've heard.
It requires a lot of confidence. Yeah, especially
definitely.
here on the radio. Yeah. It takes 100%. A lot of confidence to do this. I think it's
great when you're passionate about like a topic, it's easier.
Yeah, it comes easier than having to talk about something that you don't know or that you're not passionate about, because it feels like you're forced to do it. But anyways, we're gonna focus on Kesa now a little bit. So Kesa, reflecting on your journey with DOV, if you can tell us what DOV is.
Yeah, so DOV is the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and it's a program and an award scheme that's great for young people. It just boosts your confidence, and it also arranges you to get a bunch of different skills. So in that being, it's like physical life skills and loads of different things, and you can get your awards from bronze to gold. And yeah, it's just all about boosting everyone's confidence and actually educating people and, well, essentially young people in outside classroom settings. Yeah.
Is that how you go into hiking?
Yes, so actually before I was not much of an outdoorsy person, but when I started DUV, that was where I actually found my love for hiking, and so it opens you up to just new things that you never knew that you like. So
wow, that's great. I think it's definitely something that's really good to get involved with. So you've been part of the International Youth Day, right? Mm-hmm. What moment it's inspired you the most, and how do you think that can spark change in our community?
I think that just in general, celebrating International Youth Day is just such an important thing, because us young people do bring such value. And I think a key highlight for me at that event was seeing people from different places where, all young people coming together and seeing how they inspire and are making change.
That's great. It's definitely really important to bring young people together, and Att10tive definitely have a big role in doing that, where they bring loads of different people and they have a lot of positive role models which bring young people together in the community. So that's great.
Speaking of Duke of Edinburgh, what unique insights have you gained from this?
I think especially from DUV, besides just starting off with my award, I think also then when I got to join as a DUV Youth Ambassador, I think that was quite a unique experience for me, because it's been so great to see other fellow young people all across the UK come together and, again, get to, voice our opinions about, youth empowerment and the value of our young voices and coming together to make a change.
Yeah, thank you for that. So because we are short on time, we're going to move on to our very last section, which is about Power Youth Action, which is a project undertaken by Att10tive Social Enterprise as well as the Veru. Can any of you guys tell me what Power Youth Action is for anyone who's listening?
Okay, so I'll go first. Power Youth is a Bedfordshire-wide forum for young people who typically don't get involved with things like this. Young people who tend to not have a voice and not be represented in things like this. The main purpose of this is to collect data to find ways to reduce crime. So it's initiated by the VERU, and that stands for the Violence and Exploitation Reduction Unit. So their aim is to reduce many different serious crimes with different campaigns. For example, they have the Just Drop It campaign, which they're working on to reduce knife crime. And so it's a great way to involve young people in trying to reduce different crime.
Thank you for that, Manor. I'm just going to move on again because of time. Next, which I think is a very fun question that I think David and Kesa will have the answers to. So we know that Att10tive social enterprise, or just Att10tive, I should probably just say Att10tive, is making a big impact in Luton, especially amongst young people. How do you think the work of Att10tive is helping the community or young people, and what methods are being used?
Yeah, so I think Att10tive has doing a lot to make Luton a better place. Some of the things like Manor said is very
Has contributed to
the community is very good, because I'd say that Luton is an area of a bit of high crime, but the actions which are taking place help reduce that, and it's very good in a town like this.
Yeah, it's all about compiling data from different sources. For example, the VERU work with various partners to compile this data that they have individually held. So it just gives a more holistic view into everything. And their main purpose is to use this data to reduce crime, as I've said. And one of the things that I found out about that is that actually street lighting, having more street lighting can reduce crime. So something as simple as that can have such a big impact. So these are the types of things that the VERU work for, where they're using this data to reduce crime.
Thank you. And Kesa, what did you think? So I'm just going to repeat the question in case you got lost. In case you got lost somewhere. So the question was, Att10tive is making a big impact in Luton, as we know. How do you think the work of Att10tive is helping young people, and what methods are being used?
Well, I think first of all, Att10tive is starting at the heart of where young people are. So whether that's being high schools or colleges, even universities, I think just, going there and delivering workshops and performing in those methods, help young people and direct them in, a better pathway, essentially. So I think, that's great.
That's good.
So what do you see as the biggest issues that lead young people to get involved in crime or risky behaviors?
I'll say in general, I'd say it's mostly because people talk to the wrong people. So people get involved with things or people that are not necessarily good, and obviously they get influenced into doing what they're doing. So I think that's one of the most applicable causes.
Yeah, definitely. I think one way to reduce that is, again, building those positive role models, which Att10tive really work to do. So same question to you, Kis.
I definitely say just here as us as
So what do you think is the biggest issue that causes young people to get involved in risky behaviors?
I think honestly it's because one of the reasons maybe I think that there may not be opportunities in work and stuff for young people, so they may be looking for a way out, and then along their way finding that they may not be around the right sort of influences, and then that kind of spurs into essential circumstances.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thank you for your insights on that. Moving on, have you learned anything about crime excuse me, since you joined Att10tive?
Yes, so there are many projects that are being held in Luton, such as what was that?
Power Youth Action?
Yeah, Power Youth Action, and the
we've done different projects with Att10tive. So we've done Taking the Right Path, which was mainly about crime. Excuse me again. For anyone who wouldn't know, we went into workshops. We went into schools and delivered different workshops on educating people, which is part of our ethos, on how to take or make the right decisions for their futures instead of getting into those risky behaviors, as Manor said earlier on. So yeah, it was a great insight, especially to get what young people learned from that as well.
Yeah, I would like to add another project that I know about. It's called the A&E Navigators. So what that involves is in the A&E, a caseworker will be present to assist or support any young person that's involved in serious crime. And I think that's such a great way to reduce crime or try and support young people that have been involved with crime. So it's a project that I'm really looking forward to and excited about.
Yeah, Kisa, have you learned anything about crime since joining Att10tive?
I think it's just what I've learned is how where it like starts, I guess. So I think that just like knowing how, you know, actually young some of these people are. So I think it's just, I mean, it's sad to see, but you definitely learn. I guess it's good to know kind of the age ranges as well, because then we can start to, form plan of actions to actually help combat that.
Yeah. My next question is very imperative, I would say, to the Power Youth Action movement project. So we know that Att10tive is currently recruiting young people. If anyone didn't know, Att10tive is currently recruiting young people for Power Youth Action across Bedfordshire to get involved. What sort of people will be recruited and what will they do as part of Power Youth Action?
So I would say it's mainly people that don't usually get involved with things like Att10tive or things which require a lot of, I guess, speaking and confidence. It's the type of people that tend to, I guess, be involved in those risky behaviors where they don't feel represented as a youth community. So it's about those different ideas and different people. So for example, they might not get involved with the radio for various reasons. So it's just about bringing that diversity of young people.
Yeah, thank you. And also just about recruitment, the young people will be, in terms of what they will be doing, it will be to get involved into different workshops, also to do a lot of networking. So anyone who wouldn't have, who would have negative opinions on the justice system, for example, that would be one. It will be good for them to get involved in Power Youth Action so that they can get their views represented, just like Manor said earlier on. So I am aware that we are running out of time for this show, unfortunately, because of technical issues that we had earlier on. Again, apologies for this. We'll have a better show next week, and the full version of this will be uploaded on YouTube. So do check that out if you're interested into the full video podcast version of this instead of listening to us talk. Just to close it off, does anyone have any last words or anything else to add?
So I would like to add that it's really important to get involved in different community events and different just ways to lift people up, because I think it's so important to, again, have that community and have those positive role models where everyone is trying to both improve themselves and help other people improve. So I think it's just about being kind and just building a positive community.
Yeah, David, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, 100% I agree with what Manor said, that if you're a young person and you don't have a lot of opportunities, or you don't feel like you have a lot of opportunities around you, there are many organizations such as Grow Potential or Att10tive which you can get involved with and help better yourself as a person, just like me and all these other people did as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I think this is just honestly a great platform for us young people as a generation to really, voice our opinions and concerns and just, uplift each other collectively.
Yeah, and from myself, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone and each of you for being here today. Thanks, Jazz, if he's listening to this, or if he'll be watching this later. It was really amazing to have you in the studio today to talk more about your experiences, but equally David and Kesa for sharing your stories and insights with us today. It's been very inspiring to learn from you, or to learn more about your work, even though we're kind of in the same age range. It still is inspiring, as well as Jazz as well. It's really good to hear all the positive work that you're doing in the community, and we wish you all the success, and we look forward to seeing more of your contributions and hopefully having you back on Youthology for future shows.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So that has been Youthology on AUK Radio, brought to you by Att10tive Social Enterprise every 2 Wednesdays of the month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I have been your host, Ruth.
And Manur.
And our guests today have been Kesa and David. And we'll see you on the next show. Bye.